Hello, everyone, and welcome. I've been meaning to make this video for a while now because I really wanted to share this message that I'm about to share with you. My intention might probably upset you on some level, but hear me out. My intention for you is that you have awareness of self worth, of your inner power, and not just that. I want you to know that you are complete on all levels. There is nothing lacking in you. And because of that, there is nothing that you need to have in order to be whole. I also wanted to share an aspect that I feel can be overlooked regarding manifestation. And I know that there are many ways why someone isn't attracting or manifesting what they want. It can be for different reasons, really. But today I wanted to talk about one that is connected to your personal power. Okay. My name is Barchi. I'm an ICF trauma informed coach, and my mission is to support everyone to step into their power and tap into their inner potential and bring that out to the world, to expand the world with your gifts and feel self realized while doing so. And let me first say that there is nothing wrong with having a desire or a wish because it gets us into motion. We go out in the world to chase something or to work towards something that we feel would make us happy. So, just a side note, this video is not talking about, having a goal and slowly making your way towards it. No way. If that's you, please just keep on moving forward and best of luck to you, okay? So, before we start, I have a question for you. So, would you say that looking back to your life, you recognize that you might have ended up somewhere else than you initially planned out to be? A totally new territory, perhaps, which turned out actually way better than the original goal or wish. Have you had an experience like that? I'm really curious. Okay. All right. I want to emphasize that when there is a desire, an energetic pull, I'm sure you know how that feels like. A journey has to take place. That's so important. That's so important to know. A journey has to take place. Where to? We don't know. And as I've just mentioned, we might discover an entirely different treasure down the road that is waiting for us. But that energetic pull or desire actually prompts us into moving, into movement. We take action, we are changing, and that's what it's all about. Us growing, us expanding, getting to know ourselves, and I believe, most importantly, getting towards love, towards self love. So, what I wanted to talk about is sometimes we believe that if we don't have a specific job, a partner, friend, object, you name it, we can't really be happy or we don't feel fulfilled. And just pause for a moment and see how this can relate. I mean, if you can relate to that. If this is something that is ongoing in your life or something from the past, okay, an important question. When you are in that state of mind or in that state of needing something external, how do you feel? How do you feel? Do you feel empowered? When you need something external, do you feel empowered? And if the answer is yes, perhaps this video is not for you, and I'm so happy to hear that. However, I'm willing to bet my chips on you probably don't feel empowered. So imagine yourself a being, a complete, perfectly imperfect human who outsources their own power to another object or subject for that matter, as they believe that without that particular thing, they aren't really complete on some level. What are your thoughts on that? How does that land on you? I would really like to know. Now I'm going to share something that might get you upset. If you are lucky, and I really mean what I'm saying, or if you were lucky, your wish won't be granted, at least not for now. And please don't resist or try not to resist that and just allow it to sink in. And I've been there, so I promise that I really have, as I said, good intentions and I know what I'm talking about. Well, at least I think I know. And if it's too triggering, stop watching this video and just come back to it later, okay? To wait. But the message that I wanted to get across is the way I see it. You are being protected. You aren't getting something because you give that thing, object, subject, or person too much of importance, too much of your personal power. And just think about before the time that person or object or whatever that is came into your life. Were you able to feel joy or fulfillment? And I would say most probably, or perhaps there was always a lack inside of you, and that's okay. And this video is not about that. But let's get really back to your personal power. If you have ever witnessed someone being, under a spell of some sort, and that was, detrimental to them, wasn't your initial reaction just to kind of shake them and get them back to their senses or to empower them, right? And going back to you, if you felt completely empowered in this situation, would you be bound to that thing or a subject? Would you be bound to it? Or how would you coexist with it if you were in complete power and claiming full responsibility for yourself? Because there is nothing else that we can control but ourselves. There is nothing else that we can control but ourselves. And just think about it and really think about it deeply. And you see, when we outsource our power, we are under the influence of other people or things, and we can't really be free. We can't be ourselves fully. And imagine that baby eagle would just always need to follow their mom, would always depend on their mom. And that just doesn't feel right, does it? All right, so if you choose to do so, if you are ready, know that you can be free because you came into this world free, completely free. And to break free of confinement, that some outside thing can bring you fulfillment. That's so important, that you understand or that we understand. And I'm not saying that this particular thing or subject cannot make us happy. It definitely can, for sure. But if we are trading our personal power for something external, that's never a good trade. Or is it? I'll leave that to you. So, if you experienced this intense joy, I just wanted to touch on touch. I just wanted to touch on something. Tongue twister. I understand that if you experience this intense joy with someone who might no longer be in your life, you might fear that you will never experience those emotions again. And that's a valid fear, and I really do hear you. And there is room for sadness or grief or whatever that is. And that's a whole another video, which I won't tap into that now. However, I want to emphasize that we can always go back to our needs, to our self responsibility, and ask ourselves, what do I need to give to myself? What do I need? And now you see this beautiful image of the sea. I love the sea. I'm just in love with the sea. And I would like to share analogy of the sea that I use. I see it as love because it's all over us. And, when we want love, it's almost like imagine that you collect water from the sea, you hold it in your hands, and you're saying, this water is mine, and I want this water. And in reality, you won't be able to hold it forever. Even if you bottle it, whatever, at some point, you'll part with it. But if you trust that the sea or love is all around you, you can release that water and trust that also water comes in many different shapes and forms. So if you allow it to come and really just to embrace you, to I feel water like when I dive into the sea, it's almost like I get this hug from the water. It's just so pleasant. This feeling that I have, it just kind of this gentle pressure. Um, and I find this love is like that. It's omnipresent. It's all around us, and yet we are grasping for these, tiny crumbs of love and thinking, oh, that's all I can get. Which in reality, that's not the case. There is so much more. So yeah, just some food for thought. And if that lands on you. I'm happy that I shared. All right. Okay, just a recap. I'm not saying, and I really want to emphasize that, I'm not saying that you will never get what you want. No, it's not that. And also, it's nothing wrong with having desires. Have them. That's great. But what I'm saying is your soul wants you to be free. And if you allow it to be, you might get something even sweeter. So I'm inviting you to release the grip and set yourself free. Thank you so much for watching. It's really been my pleasure to share this message with you. And let me know in the comments below if it resonated. And if you feel that this video would help anyone that you know that they're struggling, that they're in a place where they're tied to something and they might feel sad or they don't see the way out, maybe this video will give them, I don't know, just a glimpse of hope if you feel called to. And also, I'm inviting you to like or subscribe if you feel, if you want to. And I'm sending you all my love. Stay well. Until next time. Bye bye.